searched all over, still couldn't find nobody. Because there's nobody like you. Yeah, I miss mom and dad, but nobody's like you. Me and my family might be close, but there's nobody like you. I share a lot of things with my wife, but there's nobody like you. Nobody like the Lord. Nobody's like the Lord. Somebody give God a hand clap of praise. Nobody like it. As grandmama used to say, if you don't believe that, just keep going to bed and getting up in the morning. You'll find out. There's nobody like you.
Nobody, nowhere.
Amen. It's good to be here. Good to be here. Good to be here on this morning. Amen.
Amen.
I know it's week 2 in the NFL, and some of us are trying to get to the house to see if our favorite teams are going to do on this week what they did on last week. But before you go root for your team, I want you to root for God. At what God has already done for you. And some of us ain't never been in Dallas, got Cowboys all over us. Ain't never been in Pittsburgh, called ourselves a Steelers. Ain't never been to Kansas City, don't know nothing about. And we call ourselves the Chiefs. But what about this? What about this man? It's Melvin's birthday. I'm not going to talk about the Titans. Yeah, cut across the field this morning. If you got your weapons with you on this morning, I'd like for you to turn with me to John chapter 8. Amen. John chapter 8. A pretty familiar text. Pretty familiar text. I want to use this as the backdrop and the emphasis for our message on this morning. How many need a message from the Lord? Amen. If you haven't, say amen. If you need a few ticks, say hold your mule. Amen. It's on screen. Amen. The Bible reads to us, Jesus went unto the Mount of Olives. And early in the morning he came again into the temple. And all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken, caught in the act of adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, they said unto him, Master, this woman was taken in the very act of adultery. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what saith thou? This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground, as though he heard them not. So when they continued asking, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down, wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing, watch this, in the midst. Verse 10 says, when Jesus had lifted up himself, saw none but the woman, he said to her, Woman, where art thou accusers? Have no man condemned thee? Verse 11 says, she said, No man, Lord. And Jesus said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. If you don't mind, and if it's not asking too much, I just want to tag this text with the subject. It's a low down, dirty shame. All right. says it's a low down, dirty shame. You need to nudge your neighbor and say, it's a low down, dirty shame. Most of us realize that shame is all in our life and all over our lives. No matter where we are, no matter what we do, we walk around with this cloud that's over us called shame. The Bible calls it the fiery darts of the enemy that he continues to throw at you, trying to not just throw at you and get you off base, but to knock you off balance. We walk around all the time and we cast this word at folks because we believe they should be under this umbrella of shame. You ought to be ashamed of wearing that dress. You ought to be ashamed for wearing them heels. You ought to be ashamed of wearing that suit. You ought to be ashamed for talking to her like that. You ought to be ashamed of bringing that baby in here. You ought to be ashamed of having a baby out of wedlock. You ought to be ashamed of how he looking up. You ought to be ashamed of how folks talk around. You ought to be ashamed. He's 35, still staying with his mama. You ought to be ashamed. He's still driving his girlfriend car. We just cloud folks. With this cloud of shame. And Dr. Westbrook has been telling us that we are about to go and take the land. And one of the subtleties of the enemy, he knows you got faith. He believes you've got power. But as long as he can keep you under this cloud of shame, you can never reach your full potential. You see, most folk believe shame and guilt are the same. See, shame says what I did was wrong. And guilt says I need to be punished for what I did. But most of us take shame and we say guilt. It's because I made a mistake. I'm guilty. It's a legal term to determine whether or not I did something or not, or I deserve to be penalized. But shame says what I did makes me a bad person. There's no separation between shame and guilt because we believe shame and guilt are the same. And God is trying to tell you that I'm trying to condemn what you did, not you. And most of us walk around being condemned with this cloud of shame. And God is trying to tell us, he says, if you watch the text, most of us get introduced to shame in different ways. If you look at the law was first mentioned, this word shame was introduced to us back in Genesis. You look at Genesis 2, the Bible says, and there was no helper for man. So God put man to sleep out of the rib. He took a rib, made this woman, gave him unto Adam. Adam said, she shall be bone of my bone. Flesh to my flesh. Hello, somebody. But the text says they were naked and not ashamed. The Bible says in Genesis 3, one day later, tell somebody what a difference a day made. The next day, they're in the garden, eat of the tree. You know the story. The Bible says she ate, then he ate. Their eyes were open. They were naked and ashamed. See, most of us, shame is introduced whenever sin enters our life. And because sin has entered your life, sin is trying to tell you you're guilty of something. You need to repent of something and move forward. You see, shame is just a status. It's not a place where you need to stay. It's a status that needs to happen to help you recognize something is wrong. See, God wants you to be free. Then you sin. I got shame, which pushes you to guilt. Guilt pushes you to confession. Confession pushes you back to forgiveness. And then you are free again. But most of us get stuck in the status of shame. God told me to tell you, you need to change your status. You know how it is. Whenever you on Facebook, you can tell how a person is. Because the first thing they do when they break up, they don't go online and change my status. You know how it is when folks, ladies have been downtown. When they get a green card, they come out talking about, I changed Change my status. God is saying to us today, if you go move to the next level, I need for somebody to click on their spiritual mailbox and say, Lord, change my status. I need from shame to forgiveness. See, most of us don't realize, but we deal with shame in different ways, especially us as men. The text says that they caught this woman in the act of adultery. The Bible says they brought her into the temple. They put her in the midst of the circle. They told her she was going to be stoned. But the first thing the text doesn't say is, where is the man? I know this is men, my look, men, we got to stop being absent from the text. It's time for emojis, men of God, to stop being MIA, listening absent. It's got to be present in NOW. That's right now. Every time we read the text, you have to realize that in the Hebrew, the word adultery means, watch this, when the man sleeps with a woman that's not his wife. As a matter of fact, the penalty for the man is just to pay a few dollars. But the woman gets stoned to death. God said, you ain't going to be able to buy your way out of this one. Listen, the text says that the man was absent. And whenever you read the text, here's something you need to understand. I'm going into Sunday school mode. The male in the text represents the flesh. And the feminine portion of the text represents the emotion. So watch this. The man, physically, nothing happened to him. But emotionally, folk was about to throw stones at him. I'm gonna get you in a minute. Listen. When folks put you under shame, that's what they're doing. They throwing stones at your character. They throwing stones at your name. They throwing stones at your family. Watch this. And you got to sit there and take it until you die. Most of us are dying spiritually. Because we've been stoned with this thing called shame. Low down. Low down. You gonna bring me, but you ain't gonna bring him. That's low down. All these folks commit adultery, but you pick me out of the crowd. That's low down. The text says they caught up in the very act of adultery. That means we got some people tongue. That's low down. That's low down. That you caught me in the act of adultery. That means one of you might have been my partner. And you didn't step up and say nothing. The Bible teaches us all through the text that there are people who are dealing with shame. Miss their blessing because of shame. Go through sickness because of shame. The woman bent over. The Bible says for 18 long years. Right? The New Century Translation says, and she had a psychological condition that made her be bent over. The woman wasn't bent over physically. She was bent over spiritually. She couldn't see nothing up. Everything she saw was down. She didn't think she deserved no blessing. Everything she thought came from the ground. She didn't think she was worthy of no husband, worthy to be a good mother, because she was covered and bent over in shame. Man at the pool of Bethesda, there for 18 years. Jesus walks up to him and says, what are you doing sitting by this pool all of this time? Because he was ashamed. Been here 18 years and still ain't moved forward. He was ashamed. Took me 10 years to get a 4-year degree. He was ashamed. He working on his second marriage, called himself a preacher. Look, he was in shame. Because he was in shame. He says, every time I try to get in the pool, somebody jumps in there before me. See, shame will make you make excuses for why you are the way you are. And Jesus is trying to tell us, listen, I got to free you from shame. Come here, Peter. Deny Christ. Not once, not twice, 3 times. Walked away sad. But the Bible says that a few days later, Christ was risen. And on the seashore, watch this, cooking breakfast. Peter saw him from a distance, jumped out, smelled the Waffle House, swam to the shore. And then he had a conversation with Jesus. Jesus says, Peter, do you love me? Feed my sheep. Peter, do you love me? Feed my lamb. In other words, he was trying to tell Peter, I got to remove this cloud of shame. Because there is no way you will become the Peter I refuse you to become. While you walking around with this thing called shame. Listen, most of us are walking around with unforgiveness when God had already forgiven us. You walking around learning about your past when God's trying to get you to see your future. We got to see our future because of our past. And God says, that's a shame. Not only is it low down, but it's a dirty shame. Get this woman out after adultery. Bring her to, watch this, to the church. Read the text. Brought her to the temple. Watch this. Not doing 11 o'clock service, doing Sunday school because they say we're early. All in the church. Watch this. To stone. The Lord was dropping in my spirit. He was like, when folk come to church, the last thing they need to be is stoned. Shame. We know what you did. We saw it in the newspaper. But here, we get delivered. Here, we get set free. The Bible says, who the Son sets free. In some numbers we say, it's free for sure. But the text says that they were low down and there was a dirty shame. You know, most of us as men deal harshly with this thing called shame. Because shame says to us, you ought to be embarrassed about where you are versus where you used to be. I never forget, my wife and I are leaving downtown. Folks had blessed us with some tickets. We just walking around. I wanted to go see Joseph with the new coat at the Orpheum. Tickets were a little high, above our budget. I told my wife we'll catch it on Netflix. Got in front of the Orpheum, and some folks blessed us with some tickets. Went in and saw the movie. Came out of the movie. Oh, how holding hands, skipping down Bill Street. Oh, somebody. Got in the car, and we took a singing ride to the house. My wife had this Cadillac truck. It's got that panoramic roof. So it's got a glass all the way to the back. We go up on the bridge. Some kids throw some rocks and shatter all the glass on the roof, right? And Julia, she said it was cool. And we got to the place where the insurance came and fixed the truck and everything was straight. And I thought, Julia, we was cool. But a couple of weeks later, she asked me, she said, what made you take that route for downtown? We was right there at the expressway. You go back down G.E. Patterson, back up 3rd Street. What made you take? I thought I was off the hook. I thought everything was... What they do? And she said, and I said, well, the Lord said this. She said, the Lord said, you shame. See, my vision was going bad. And I didn't have no glasses. Coming that way on the expressway, there wasn't a lot of lights. And it would always blind me with oncoming traffic. Rather than tell my wife that my vision was going bad, I took the city streets so that I could handle it. And God said, won't shame make you take a different route? because I ain't saying that God is trying to kill us. We were covered in shame. The woman was caught in the act of adultery. She was caught in the act of what we call intimacy. And most of us don't realize when it comes to men and women, men can't be intimate with women. I'm talking about in the true sense of the word. I'm going to keep it clean. In the true sense of the word. Okay. Come on. Because intimacy, watch this, says, come into me and see. And most of us as men don't want you to see. Because we're ashamed of who we've been. Ashamed of who we've been with. Ashamed of what we've done. So we can't really be intimate with you. And it's robbing us in our marriages and our lives because our wives really just want us to be intimate. They really want to come in. But the first thing we say is, if you see me, you go judge me. See, there's three things. Have a seat, y'all scared me. Listen. There's three things that Dr. Bynum talks about that shame needs in order for it to survive. Shame needs silence. Shame needs secrecy. And shame needs judgment. If ever you see those three together, the product that will be produced is shame. So we're in the text, and we see this woman in the text. She's caught in the act of adultery. That's privacy. See, most of us can't deal with our shame because we're too private. We try to keep it private. That's right. God says, come on, bring it unto me. All ye that labor and are heavily laden, watch this, and shame, and I'll give you rest and deliverance. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for my yoke ain't got no shame. And my burdens are light. The text says she was caught in the act of adultery because it was done in private. You see, shame doesn't want things to be told. They want to keep it in secrecy. Whenever you see things that's being done, I ain't talking about trying to be holy. I'm saying that whenever you see things contrary to God and it's trying to be done in secrecy, they're going to bring shame. If he can't call you to after 11 o'clock at night, he really trying to bring shame. If y'all can't never go nowhere outside the neighborhood, they're really trying to bring. If every time y'all meet, I know sometimes it's cool, but every time y'all meet, we ain't got to always meet at the holiday Inn. There's shame that's trying to be broken. But the second thing he says is silence, right? The text says that they broke this woman, caught in the act of adultery, put in the midst of the crowd, and had her to stand judgment. And the woman said nothing. Most of us don't want to deal with our shame because we're too silent about it. Wow. Me and my wife were watching the OWN channel with A Young Fix My Life. I ain't saying I watched the OWN channel. So we're watching the OWN channel, and there was a young lady who was disfigured from her waist down because she had been injecting herself with all kinds of Botox, trying to keep her girlish figure, trying to attract other men. And Ayana got with her, and Ayana was saying, why did you do all of that? She says, watch this. I got some secrets that I won't speak about, and I can't tell you. And Ayana says, well, baby, if you don't talk about it, then I can't deal with it. And if I don't deal with it, you can't get free from it. Eventually in the show, the woman told Ayana, she says, well, I was born without any ovaries. So I never really felt like a woman. So I injected myself to make myself, even if I don't feel like a woman, make myself look like a woman. But because she would never speak about it, because she was silent and private about it, wouldn't tell her family, wouldn't tell her sisters, they didn't understand why she was so mean all the time, why she treated her mama that way. And her mama, Yana tried to tell her, baby, it's because you got all of this stuff in secrecy and in silence. Now, I'm no advocate of a Yana that day. Because a Yana is trying to tell somebody, let me fix your life. But Jesus is trying to deliver you in your life. I don't want you to get to the place where a Yana going to be your savior. Because she's not. Jesus died, and he died, watch this, so that you might have life and have it more abundant. But then there is judgment. The text says they brought her before the crowd to bring judgment. Judgment about who she was. Judgment about what she's done. Judgment about who it was she was with. Judgment about she knows she had broken the law. Saints of God, whenever you bring judgment, watch this, that means you put yourself on a pedestal to be able to look down on someone else. And so I believe when you look at the check and look at the text, Jesus says, oh, okay. So y'all want to play judge and jury up in here. Oh, okay. So y'all think y'all on the people's court. Oh, okay. So since we want to go that way, let me start writing in the sand. The Bible says Jesus bent down the first time and began to write in the dirt. The text doesn't say what Jesus wrote, but I believe if I use my own sanctified imagination and inject the chuck deep in the text, I believe Jesus was writing some sins that had been committed, not just that day, but a few hours before. Most of the time when you get into judgment, the first thing that happens is God starts to write down your sins. As soon as you start to talk about folk, you start to write down your sins, your shortcomings. Every time folk come into my office to complain about one of the supervisors, one of the workers, the first thing they do is come in and say, child, don't you know they out of uniform today? Don't you know Sally Sue was late today? And I said, you was too. Are those company authorized shoes you got on? Listen, every time we go to slip on somebody else, God said, let me write some stuff down about you. Before you go to fire, put shame on somebody else. God said, let me tell you a few things about you. But he wrote down some sin in the dirt. But then he rose up and he says, whoever committed no sin, you cast the first stone. And the men kept standing around in judgment. Isn't it funny how when God tries to give you a way of escape, instead of taking it, we go higher. Well, Lord, you know I go to church. You know I don't act like that. You know me and my husband go. We go try to go higher. And Jesus says, oh, okay, since you're going to go high, I'm going to go low. So he goes back to the ground and writes a second time. This time, I don't think he wrote the sins. I believe he wrote some addresses. Saints of God, whenever you get ready to judge something, God said, let me write your address. Since I'm not on your street, let me come past your address. Let me let you know you ain't always been. Since you are today, you ain't always talk like you talk today. You ain't always kept the word. Like you keeping it today. He says, let me come down your street. The text says, they began to leave, dropping rocks from the oldest to the youngest. You see, when you're young, your mistakes seem so small, seem so futile. But when you get older, you've had longer to live. And because you've had longer to live than them, you've had an opportunity to make more mistakes. So whenever God started writing down mistakes, the first thing I do is look at my own mistakes. And I'm like, Lord, if you're going to start handing out crosses for mistakes, let me tiptoe out of this situation. Because I got no right. Because God has forgiven us for our sins. Not only has he forgiven us for our sins, the Bible says forgiven us of our sins, watch this, and given us double for your sin and your shame. And y'all don't catch that. Listen. In the old Hebrew text, the older men would come by, and whenever you had debt, whenever there was debt that you had, you owed for your land, you owed for your worker, you owed for your supplies, the people would get in debt. And when they would get in debt, this is what they would have to do. They would have to take a lambskin, write all of their debt on the outside of the lambskin. And after they write down all of their debt on the lambskin, they would have to hang it outside of their house. And then a rich man would pass by. Rich man would read all of your debt. He would read, you owe that much? You owe on that cow, you owe on that, oh, okay. And the rich man would come by and say, listen, how about I pay for all of your debt? But then that means you have to become my slave. And the rich man would come by and say that to the owner, and the owner would say, agree or disagree. And if he agreed, watch this. The rich man would come by and say, since you agreed, watch this. He's got all of his debt written out on the lambskin. The rich man will come and fold it up or make the towel double. And it would cover up all of his debt so that he would know that as other people pass by, he ain't got no debt, his debt been paid for. Let me come get you. Listen, when Jesus died on the cross, that's exactly what he did. All of your dirt, all of your business was thrown out there on the street. But one day he died. He died and he took your sin and he gave you double. So now you ain't got to pay for what they used to be. God said, I've given you a new lease on life. I've allowed you to see that your sins have been paid for. Folk used to try to look at me, Red, to talk about my sins, but because I'm double, I'm like, what you looking at? That look like paid for to me. Folk be talking about my old car, and I saw the time, I said, it looked like paid for. Paid for me. Yeah, I know a few screws missing out my dresser, but I can go get the heaven this receiver and say, that's paid for. I know Kayla want a new car, but I keep trying to remind her, baby girl, the one you're driving is paid for. I know you walking around with this cloud of shame. But God is saying, you don't have to walk around with this cloud of shame. Because your life has been paid for. You need to walk in shame. You need to deny yourself and say, listen, I'm not going to shame you.
Right, yeah.
I ain't shame. I'm going to deny shame. Shame ain't on me. I ain't ashamed about where I was born. I ain't ashamed about my lifestyle. I ain't ashamed about where I grew up. I ain't ashamed about not having a dad. I ain't ashamed how my mama raised me. I ain't ashamed who used to be on food stamps. I ain't ashamed. I ain't got no dad. I ain't ashamed. Still behind on my utility bill. Why? My life is paid for. God is trying to tell us this. If I can get you out of shame, I can put some in your hand. 3 things shame gonna keep you from. Shame gonna keep you from being able to relax. It's gonna keep you from being able to release. And then it's gonna keep you from being able to get ready. Listen, God says, I need for you to relax. I've already paid for your sins, so you need to relax. I know you hear the tow truck laying outside, but you need to relax. I know they're laying off folks on your job, but you need to relax. Why? Because God says, I got this paid for. See, the woman in the text had to relax. If she didn't relax, she would have been bumping her gums and might have missed her blessing. But because she was relaxed, she was able to get delivered. But God says, I also need for you to get ready. See, get ready means you got to have your hands out. Get ready means you got to be anticipating. If you want this building, you got to be ready to receive it. You can't be walking around in shame talking about, we only been in existence 3 years. Maybe we ain't got all the money. Maybe we don't look like what the bank. God says, would you relax and get ready? But the third kind of being able to release.
Right.
See, your release is your worship. See, you're not going to be able, most of us are ashamed to worship. They're going to say something if I stand up. They're going to say something if I raise my hand. Ain't no man should be jumping around like that. I can't be doing all of that. It don't take all of that. God says you need to release. It's called a shame. Because if you release, it's called a shame.
There you go.
Then you can worship with spirit and in truth. Because the text says, the only thing the woman said in the Bible, no. Y'all will get that in a minute. The only thing she said in the text was, no. Jesus asked, where are the accusers? Where are they? She said, there's none, Lord. When it comes to shame and guilt, you need to be saying, there's none. When it comes to shame over my life, there is none. The only thing I need to tell somebody is, there is none. God says, if you would do that, I'll put something on the inside. All right. See, something happened to this woman. And I believe she left the text happy, free, the Bible says, and sin-free, because he told her, don't sin no more. But she left with something on the inside. How many of you know God will put something on the inside? You see, if you put something on the inside, it'll help you deal with life's shame. It'll help you deal with life's takedown. It'll help you deal with life's punches. And y'all remember, and I'm going after this, listen. That was a little toy that I heard somebody talk about. That was a toy that we used to play with. And the toy is called a Weeble Wobble. And the Weeble Wobble commercial would come on and say, Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. And so sometimes you'll see kids, and they have a Weeble Wobble, and they hit the Weeble Wobble, and it would lean over, but it would always snap back. The kid would try to punch it, it would lean back, but it would always stand up. The kid would try to kick it, and the Weeble Wobble would just go over to the side, but it would always pop back up. And then one time the little boy went to his grandmama and said, Grandmama, I tried my best to take down this Weeble Wobble. And she said, go look at the instructions. And the instructions said, oh, it ain't gonna stay down because there's something on the inside that makes it pop back up. God is trying to tell you, if you're gonna walk around and say, I'm gonna put something on the inside. So when I try to hit you, you gonna fall, but you gonna bounce back up. And when they come crazy to you, you gonna fall over, but you gonna bounce back up. Get rid of the shame. Let me put something on the inside. We was wobble, but they don't fall. We get up, we fall down, but we get up. And we get up with no shame. In Jesus' name.